Adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. We've been rocking really hard on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Quick recap, Monsters of the Midway. It is a thing. We were right. Shocker. We told you what it was going to be. Then ATL. What the flock? Kirk Cousins, $180 million, and he threw 2 picks and 1 touchdown. Are you really happy? Do you feel like you got your money's worth? The good people of Fulton County, let me know something. Moving from the NFC South in a matchup that was, I think it really told me a lot and all I needed to know, because the Dallas Cowboys, they are still a good football team. The Dallas Cowboys are a football team. They're a solid football team. And I know a lot of people are still dealing with Dallas abuse from the 90s. With John Madden and Pat Summerall, and that just god awful every time. Just it was a bad telecast, and all they used to do is just I'm talking about, they would glaze the meat of the Dallas Cowboys. As the young kids say, stop meat glazing, yo. But yeah, Dallas is still good, man. Dallas is a real good team. And just how good were they Sunday? We'll go ahead and talk about that after we get back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Yes, Taco Bell Live Moss. Taco Bell Live Moss. Order online, download the app, or visit the good folks at your local Taco Bell. So, getting into this, we're going to talk about them boys. How about them Cowboys? And is this the new triplets? I just had to ask that question because what they were able to do to the NFL League's #1 defense in the Cleveland Browns, that was actually a great showing. And I know people will sit there and say, Vernon, how can you say that? You look at the numbers. No, look at the opponent. Look at the opponent. Look how high the defense was ranked in Cleveland. And they were able to hold them to 17, but the Cleveland defense could not stop Dallas. These are 2 top 5 defenses actually going after one another. And Cleveland having the #1 defense in the league, they looked very suspect. Again, they lost to Dallas through the air at 163 passes, 163 yards. And then you look at the ground game, 102 rushing yards to Cleveland's 93 rushing yards. Everybody had 15 first downs. There was no give in this tug of war. Third down efficiency, it was putrid on both parts. However, look at the opponents. When you have 2 top 5 defenses in the NFL going after each other, these numbers are going to look like that. So it's not that they were playing that bad, it's that the defense was playing really well. In the case of Cleveland, they were in third down situation to convert to first down 15 times. They only converted twice. Dallas was in that same position 14 times and they converted 4 of those opportunities. Again, you got to know what you're seeing. A lot of people don't know how to read. They don't know how to interpret things. And so when you break these things down to them, then they have this, oh, wow, they just might be good. I know it's stupid. Reading and comprehension. One thing stood out to me was that they sacked Deshaun Watson 6 times in one game. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you think your quarterback is. If he can't stand up at some point during the game, if he can't stand up and that O-line can't block for him, he's not going to be at peak form. We just have to acknowledge that. They have to get better. They both had the same amount of penalties. This thing was called right down the middle. And for them to go into the dog pound and do this, that was special. That was special. We'll get into the individual accomplishments when we come back from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Make it happen. I know you ain't gonna believe this, but we got another rap album we're promoting this month. LL Cool J, The Force, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My favorites on the album is Spirit of Cyrus, Saturday Night Special, Black Code Suite, Passion, and The Vow. Many more. LL Cool J, The Force, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to James Todd. He's playing no games on these internet streets. So when we talked about the Dallas Cowboys, we wanted to talk about the individual accomplishments. Dak Prescott, 32 attempts. He completed 19 of them. 179 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. He didn't throw a pick. And that's right around his skill set. If I can get Dak to go ahead and be anywhere from 30 to 35 throws a game, that's where he is very effective. He is not effective when you have him throwing almost 50 times a game. You're putting him way out of his skill set, and then you put him at risk of throwing more interceptions than completions. So I thought that was really good for them to go ahead and keep him at that 30 to 35 range. Then there's Ezekiel Elliott, who's reunited with the Cowboys. Came back, he's more mature. He doesn't really draw too much attention to himself. I always thought that he was pretty much a quiet person. Legacy media went out of their way to kind of deify this young man for whatever reason they had against him, to the point where they wanted to know every invasion of his life. I think he went to a weed dispensary and they was like, what is he doing in there? It's his personal life. He can go where he wants. If he is using marijuana to treat pain and things of that, like I said, things of that nature, yeah, okay. And weed is not a big deal. Weed is a big deal to square people. Let me repeat that. Weed is a big deal to square people. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and blaze and smoke one up, okay, cool. Because you're probably going to go ahead and chill, enjoy your high, get you something good to eat. Heaven forbid you're with a woman and you all both get to smoking. Things actually get to happening and the magic gets to moving. Whoops, I'm sorry. Zeke Elliott, though, 10 touches, 40 yards and a score. Good to see him back doing his thing. I thought he looked real good. Then there was Rico Dowdle, 8 touches, 26 yards. Really good for him. They even put CeeDee Lamb out there. CeeDee Lamb was doing it all, rushing. 3 touches, 25 yards, 8.3 yards a carry. That's his average. Not only did he hit you in the run game, CD hit you in the passing attack. 5 grabs, 61 yards. Wow. Brandon Cooks, another Cowboy who got in on the melee. 4 grabs, 40 yards and a score. I mean, Dallas won every which way that you want your quarterback to win. The team performed. Trayvon Diggs, he got an interception out of the deal. Eric Kendricks, he got an interception out of the deal. 6 tackles, 3 assisted, 4 tackles for Diggs, 1 assist, 5 tackles for Mr. DeMarvion Overshow. I mean, where do you go from this? They look like the clear favorites in the NFC East. Now I know Philadelphia will have something to say about that, but looking at those two teams, that's the top of the division. Washington looks like an abject failure. They just need time. It's so much new. It's not going to turn itself around this year. Next year, they should be in a position to really make some noise. Not this year. And the Giants are going to crash and burn like they always do. However, I might have it wrong. The good folks of Dallas, let me know. Do I got this wrong? Or is this a triplet situation like they had in Indianapolis years ago? This is Big Vern at App Stupid.